What's up guys, this is Noc.V. Welcome to part 2 of my full track Production 1 series. Today I'll be picking up where I left off in the hardstyle leads video and start working on a build up and a drop. I'll be showing how I made the bass and how everything else was structured. Now be warned, something was happening with my PC while I was recording this video, so there will be a lot of places where my CPU was just not able to handle what I was throwing at it. I think in future I'm going to be bouncing some of the audio out so we can conserve some of the CPU to avoid the horrible underruns you're going to hear in this video. Alright, to kick this off, we're going to open up Serum and get started on a bass line. And as I said in the last video, we're going to use the notes from the sub line of the lead synth, and we're going to stretch those out and make those full bar notes. And the reason we're doing this is because we're going to use Serum's LFO and create a makeshift envelope that is going to make it sound like individual notes are playing. So now I'm creating the shape in the LFO that's going to make it sound like these notes are playing. Now I realize right now that I'm making it sound way too stabby, and for a while it's going to sound too stabby until I go and fix this up later. And as you can see here, I'm also modulating the filter cutoff with the LFO as well. And I need to change the octave too because this is way too high. Now what I'm doing here is I'm adding a sub oscillator. This sub oscillator is going to be responsible for most of the low end in the bass line. Now I'm going to change the first oscillator to a wavetable and get kind of a more, I would say dubsteppy, but kind of a really nice textured sound. Now I'm going to be flipping between a lot of different wavetables just to try and find the exact one that I want. I'm also going to change this wavetable thing, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, to bend plus, and then I'm going to modulate that with this envelope as well. So we're going to see some cool kind of wavetable manipulation here. I'm going to speed through a little bit more because all I end up doing here is just changing the LFO a little bit and changing the wavetable position to sort of get a different kind of sound. And of course I'm going to add a little bit of OTT to this bass line as well. I also want to add in a second oscillator to kind of complement the sound as well. Now I want to add in the isotope imager effect and widen out some of those high to mids. And then boost up the bass a little bit in OTT. Let's add it down into the playlist and put in some kick drums and see how this guy sounds. Yeah, the underruns make it a little bit hard to hear. Now I'm going to add in the first little bit of structure by doubling this up and getting rid of the kick and the bass on the first phase. We also don't want to hear any of the lead sub-component in the drop phase either. Now let's open this up a little bit because it does sound too punchy. Now I'm going to add a EQ to the leads, and I'm going to use this as a low pass filter for the lead synths. Now I know this is pretty overkill just for a low pass filter, but I don't really like any of the stock stuff that comes with FL for low pass filters and stuff. Now I noticed that the reverbs weren't being low pass there, so I'm going to go find that and add that over to the lead main master bus so that we get those low passed. And yeah, this curve is a little bit steep, so we need to widen this a bit. Now I'm apparently still not happy with the wavetable I used in the bass, so I'm going to change it up a bit. Now I'm also going to add camel fat for some compression and distortion too. I also want to EQ up some of the high ends on this as well. Now I'm going to start filling this out with some samples. Let's find a nice down sweep. Then find a nice clap. There we go. And we'll get this onto an effect slot and we'll add some Valhalla room to it. And a crash cymbal. God, these underruns are bad. I'm going to drag this over a bit more and make some room for a bit of a build-up. And then we'll drag this over and copy it. Now I'm going to take that EQ-based low-pass filter we made before and automate it so that we can muffle it in the build-up. So we go to Browse Parameters, right-click the frequency and create an automation clip. Then we can pull this down. Too far down. I think we want to get rid of the sub here too, so I think this will make a good upsweep sound. Let's get it right in there. Now I want to find a cool fill to put in. Yeah, this one sounds good. We'll fit this one to the tempo we're running at. And we'll copy over this down sweep. Put a kick here. And a kick there, and a crash there. Alright, we'll put in a ride cymbal. Fall to the floor. And paste that in all the way over here. Alright, let's add in a snare sample. One here, one here. Copy that across. Yeah, this sample sucks. We need a new one. Much better. put an open hi-hat down too. Just in the last section. Didn't like the sample. Alright, now I'm going to clone the kick pattern. You want to start creating a nice little kick roll. Alright, we'll add in some extra kicks. Extra crash or two. Oop, can't resize it like that. I don't know what changes my resizing mode to do that. Because usually I can just resize a clip and it will kind of just crop the clip, I guess. I'll find a cool little snare to put in here. I'll add this cool little trappy snare pattern. I'll start rolling this up more. And we'll bring the snare up over time. Maybe add some reverb to it. And apparently the sample is better. Let's find a cool sub drop sound too. I'll add in this breakbeat too. Let's add in a piano line too. Actually, this sounds pretty sick too. Now I want to get rid of some of these resonating frequencies that are muddying up the mix a bit. Now I think we're done. Let's have a quick little listen to this. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. In the next video, we'll be extending this track further backwards by doing the intro and breakdown that lead up to what we've done so far. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. If you want to support me and the stuff that I do, check out my Patreon link in the description. I also have a Discord too, so if you want to hang out and talk music, check out the invite link in the description too. Thanks so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.